also like to thank the Boy Scouts Troop 1407 for coming out and helping everybody set up today.
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we have Hannah Shomo and Morgan Stebbins from Anita's Lee Dance singing the national anthem. Boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Relay for Life of Warren 2016. As you may notice, this year's theme is the circus. So gather under the big top as we make a clown out of cancer. We are happy to have you take the ride in our cancer fighting clown car as we celebrate a successful year of fighting cancer and celebrate more lives saved because of all of you. Are dedicated to helping us continue to carry a torch that our original Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Gordy Klatt, started 31 years ago. Today we join over 5,000 communities in 20 different countries in our fight against cancer. We will throw pies in the face of cancer, and we will pop the pellets of cancer. Laura, now I pass the mic over to you.
Woohoo! Thank you, Jamie. More than 1.5 million lives have been saved in the U.S. in the past 2 decades. About 595,690 Americans are expected to die of cancer in 2016, which translates to about 1,630 people per day. About 1,685,210 new cancer cases are expected to be diagnosed in 2016. The next 24 hours will symbolize a day in the life of someone fighting cancer, a disease that never sleeps, and today, neither will we. Every person here is doing their part to make a difference. Yet the Relay movement is only as strong as each of the individual community events. Even with our progress, more than 1.5 million Americans will be diagnosed with cancer, and too many of them will die from the disease. I would like to recognize our generous corporate and media sponsors and partners for their commitment to help with this war. Meijer, St. John Providence, C&G Newspapers, Big Boy, Gromer, Team Passionate for Pink, in memory of Darlene McKay. It's a Family Thing, in memory of Dee Brown, St. Louise de Marlac, Christian Women, and Village Place Dental. Again, thank you to each of our sponsors and to each of you that are gathered here today. Another sponsor that supports us in so many ways is the City of Warren. Please help me welcome Warren's Mayor, Jim Fouts.
It's always an honor to participate in this American Cancer Society's annual Relay for Life, and I believe this is my 9th time here. and I hope it leads to greater success. The bottom line is that cancer doesn't discriminate. It affects the rich, the poor, all nationalities and cultures all around the world. You know, with that in mind, I was driving here today and I happened to call up Jan. I won't say her last name because I don't know if she wants me to mention her. And she had said on her Facebook that she was going in to have an operation on her lung. And Jan is a Warren resident. She's never smoked a day in her life. Nothing's ever gone wrong. She's an active, vigorous person. And she was diagnosed with a little spot in her lung. So I talked to her. She said, what's going to happen? I said, what's going to happen? She said, well, I'm going in on July 1st, and I'm going to have it taken out. And I told them not to wake me up until August 1st, and I'll go back to what I'm going to do. So she's a fighter. But what strikes me is that there's no reason why Jan should get cancer. So regardless of who you are or what it happens, I'm happy to note another appointed person. Everybody knows Jimmy Carter, President of the United States. Last year, I believe at this time, he was diagnosed with a brain cancer. And I'm happy to say that Jimmy Carter has beaten brain cancer at the age of 91. I think he's going to be 92. He's still giving speeches and he's still active. So whether you're young or old, whatever part you have in life, you can still beat it. And Jimmy Cancer is, I think, a great example of that. I have two other people I'll mention that are in my administration. I have one person I'll mention. He just was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer of the bladder. And immediately they told him he had to have it taken out. So he's had it taken out, he's had the operation, and he's hoping to have complete recovery and come back. And again, he never would have thought that he was going to get cancer. So there's all kinds of people. My own mother is unfortunately a casualty of that. She had thyroid cancer, and then for some reason it went to her leg, and that's how she passed away. And you wouldn't imagine somebody passing away from that thing. But the bottom line is that it affects everybody, regardless of who you are or what you are, and you never know when it's going to happen. But I'm here to remember the people who have been lost to the disease and also honor the people who have fought and are fighting again. And I honor Jan, who's going to have an operation in July, and I honor a major department head of mine, and I honor a young person I know. And so I'm here to honor those people because there's victory ahead. This event inspires Relay participants to fight back against the disease that has taken too much. And I also want to mention the progress that the American Cancer Society is making in finding cures. The Society has a long history of saving lives by helping find cancer's causes and cures, and as the world's largest private funder of cancer research, the Society has been involved in nearly every major cancer research breakthrough in recent history. And I think of one example. When I was young, if you got leukemia, that was the end. Now people are surviving the leukemia and they're going on. So Cancer Society is making great strides. These major accomplishments are proof that contributions you have raised, and I understand you've already raised nearly $30,000. What is it, $29,600? Your goal is 50-some thousand by August 1st, and I'm sure you will make that. This is wisely invested in American Cancer Society, and that's because they're making great valuable results. The number of friends, neighbors, family members, and co-workers who will be diagnosed, as I've already indicated, is staggering. It's hard to imagine. None of us can do the work alone, so the City of Warren is proud to partner with the Relay for Life's mission to celebrate, remember, and most importantly, fight back. With that in mind, I'm confident that the Relay for Life will help find a cure for this dreaded disease that affects so many people, many families. And again, with that in mind, I wish you only victory, and I wish the people I know victory too, and I hope Jan, this person I'm talking to today, she's having an operation in July. I'm going to convince her to come back and talk about victory next year. So thank you again.
Thank you, Mayor Fouts. Today, 2 out of 3 people diagnosed with cancer are surviving. That is more than 400 people per day in the U.S. celebrating more birthdays because of the work of the American Cancer Society and you. And we can't forget too many of our survivors let us know that their road to recovery was made easier because they had loved ones by their side. Please help me welcome one of our very own Heroes of Hope, cancer survivor Harold.
Thank you. Like 3.5 years ago, I was always showering. Everybody uses the loofahs, and I showered my arms, and I never really felt it. One day I felt I had a lump under my left side here, and I just thought it was a fatty tumor. I never did nothing, and I told some guys at work, and they said, you need to go get that checked out. But me being a man going, nah, that's all right, it ain't nothing. And everybody kept bugging me and bugging me. Finally I went, so then they go to the doctor, and he says, I don't like that. So then they set me up for a biopsy. Then a couple weeks later, a week later, they call me back and said, you have B-cell lymphoma non-Hodgkin's. I said, don't worry, it's not curable, but treatable. And so then I started going through the treatments, went through 6 treatments with Rituxan, Christine, Cytoxan, and we're going every 3 weeks, and then he put me on maintenance with just Rituxan, and then after a while he did another PET scan and said it was getting bigger, so then he added a drug called adriamycin, which was a push, and I call it the devil's drug because it was red, and that made me sick. But when me being a man, I never showed emotion. I have 2 boys, and he told me I never showed emotion, so I got cancer. But what really got me was the people behind me that would pray for me, tell me their churches were praying for me. I might not have had a tear or anything, and when I looked at it, but when I turned around, I had tears, and people would send me cards, and I couldn't read them because I'd be crying so hard to read them. And I never get emotional until I start talking about it. Even one word that gets me back, and I start getting emotional about it. And then I was going to the doctor for checkups and stuff, and he looks at a spot by my eye, and he goes, you know, that's cancer. He says, you got skin cancer. I said, well, I had a biopsy once, just get it done again. So then I had basal cell carcinoma, which they set me up and they took it off. Took it a week later, but if you're using them loofahs, keep using them. But every once in a while, just use your hands and check yourself. But it's been, I had my report, my port removed a year ago. So I've been feeling pretty good. But just everybody, I can't believe the people who would get behind you once you tell them. Anything you need, call me. And it was amazing. That's all I had to say. I have a friend here right here who used to drive me to chemo. And that's, you really find out who your friends are. And everybody just wants to help. Even the stuff, those cards that are here for the American Cancer Society, it has a 24/7 number that if you need help, emotional support, or anything, I'd advise everybody to pick 1 or 2 up and carry them with you. And if you know anybody that has cancer, hand them that card, and they'd have all the questions answered for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Harold. Thanks for coming in and sharing your story. It really brings us why we're here today, is to celebrate, remember, and fight back our survivors as well as our caregivers. They're just as important. They go through that emotional battle with us and are right by our side. So let's give them another round of applause. And I am Erin Bovan. I am the American Cancer Society Community Manager. So I oversee the East Side, so Warren, Roseville, East Point, Grosse Pointe, and St. Clair Shores. I am just your go-to person with the American Cancer Society, so if you have any questions throughout the day, feel free to talk to me and I will be glad to help you. Just from the bottom of the American Cancer Society's heart and from mine, thank you so much for coming out today, spending your Saturday morning. I know many of you were up bright and early. There was a lot of people when I arrived at 6:30, getting their tents ready. Everyone was in a great mood. So thanks for making my first year in Warren amazing. I've had a blast, and I can't wait for next year. I'm already planning for next year, guys. That's crazy, right? So I want to bring attention to a special group of people who have been wearing their clown-colored shirts today. Those red people, you've been seeing them running around. They've been working amazingly all year, and especially this morning. I'm pretty sure they all came out with the same clown car together today. I don't know, they're kind of wild. So, but when they're not pulling pranks on each other or on me, they are having a good time, and they're planning our event. They are what makes this event happen. They work their butts off. I cannot say thank you enough. But if you want to take a minute just to let them, just say thank you to them, let them know how your experience has been, give some suggestions. They're here to help you and take anything in. They work so hard to make this 24-hour event great, and it's going to be the greatest show on earth, or at least in Warren. So, let's get, who's ready for relay? Me too. And so we are going to begin. We're going to do the survivor lap. And if survivors could come up front.
Hi, this is Earl Clark out here with
All right, who's
Street
next?
Okay, we're out here with Harold, and Harold's one of our survivors. And Harold, is there anything you want to
All
tell
right,
our
who we
audience?
have?
Just like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting us.
Dawson.
And if you've never been to a relay, you're missing a big enjoyment. It's something you have to see and experience.
That's Jenna.
Words cannot describe it. You wouldn't believe it unless you experience yourself.
Thank you, Harold. I appreciate it.
I'm talking to Laura, and I think by the shirt that means you're a team captain. Is that true?
I am a team captain, and I'm also on the committee.
Wow, you're a pretty important person. What is going on here today is a big thing. It's the big culmination, but it's been going on all year. A lot of people don't know that. What has your team and your group done to fundraise up to this point?
Oh, there's been a lot of great things going on. For my team in particular, we're Cromie Cougars. We're an elementary school in Warren Consolidated. And we have done lots of fundraisers. We've done a skating party. We've done a movie fundraiser. We've done a Zumbathon. We've done a Jamberry Nails party.
Right.
We've done painting parties. So we've had a lot of fun this
You
year.
guys are aiming for first place again this year, aren't you?
We always hope for it,
Yeah.
but we enjoy a challenge. So
Yeah.
we'll take on anyone that wants to try to beat us.
Well, Laura, thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
No problem. Thank you.
I'm here talking to the one and only Lori Stone, who's from Mound Park Elementary, where they had the fantastic recess relay. Lori, how did all that turn out? They had over 500 kids participate.
It was fantastic. The kids had a great time. We learned a lot. We raised some funds, and the day was beautiful.
Okay, now have you and your team done other events besides that leading up to this one?
This has been, well, we had our kickoff back in February.
Yeah.
And we've had our team captain meetings. I've been to several fundraisers. So, yeah.
So it's been kind of like all leading up to this today.
Exactly. This is the big event.
This is it.
Yeah.
Lori, thanks for talking to me.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I'm talking to Steve. And what's the name of your team, Steve?
Our team name is Hope for a Cure.
I sure do.
Right? I know.
That's a perfect name.
It is.
How did you get involved in relay?
Well, my wife and her family has been involved in relay for about 20 years now. She had a sister who unfortunately passed pretty young from cancer, and they've been involved with American Cancer Society, Relay for Life, ever since then.
So you kind of just married into it.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Now, did your group do fundraisers during the year leading up to this event?
Typically we do. This year it was a little tough because my wife, unfortunately, is also diagnosed with cancer. She's a survivor.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
this year hasn't been a lot of fun with fundraising, but we typically we'll have like a bowling fundraiser and a couple of other things during the year. This year it was mostly focused on
her.
on her.
Well, of course.
Doing like email campaigns. There's a bunch of tools that American Cancer Society provides through like Facebook and your cell phone app and that kind of
we
stuff.
have this whole thing posted on Facebook too.
Yeah. So this year it's been kind of more of a passive campaign, but
Well, I pray that she beats this.
she's doing great. She's a fighter. This is her second time with cancer. So we're all just sort of
That's so tough.
girded up our belts and attacking at full force.
You and your family are in my prayers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking to me.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, I'm talking to Ashley and Sheila. And what's the name of your team?
We are here with Team Walmart today.
Oh, God bless you. How did you get involved in this?
Our assistant manager, Keena Gray, has been very moved by cancer, so she brought us all on. This is our third year with Relay for Life, so we've been kind of hooked, bit by the relay bug.
Okay, which store are you at?
We're at 4424, right there at Van Dyke and 12 Mile.
Yes, I've been there. So I know this is the big deal today. What different things have you done during the year to help raise funds leading up to this?
Our fundraising started with a bake sale for our associates within the store, and that's when we also give them the most information that we can possibly give. We also did cookouts for the customers outside the store involved, and we did a couple of Zumba classes.
All right, that sounds like fun.
It's a good workout.
Ladies, thank you so much for talking to me.
No problem. Thank you.
See you soon. And I'm talking to Cheryl and Michelle. And what is the name of your team?
Passionate for Pink.
I see that you are.
Just a little bit.
Okay, and I know this is the big deal today, but what has you and your team done this year as far as fundraising leading up to this?
We've had several different fundraisers. We did Texas Roadhouse, sold peanuts and got money for people eating there. We did a 31 party. We did a painting party, and we also did a street corner collection at 13 in John R.
All right, I know where that is.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved in Relay for Life?
We started about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with cancer. My best friend, we had been friends since second grade, not her, she's my cousin, also was diagnosed within 6 months of me with breast cancer, and her best friend died of bladder cancer. But through the years, we've lost several more family members. So,
yeah, my husband lost his father to cancer, and he left us a little bit. and he said, do something good with it. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's an awesome event, and it helps a lot of people, and it shows a lot of others that we're here to support them through their treatment and know that they're not alone.
I know. That's the hardest thing to hear is that diagnosis, and it's just like the world ended.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to talk to me.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you. It's nice.
Thank you very much.
Is there something special going on with the flowers?
I made flower pens and I make jewelry. I've sold these at work. I sold them at different fundraisers that we've held. And all the money goes to the Cancer Society.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
The city would like to thank our own very, very best. Our police officers out here covering this event, thank you very, very much. I know from the Park and Recreations and the Cancer Society, sir, thank you for being out here, and I interrupted this phone call, folks. I'm
on hold right now. It's an honor to come out and support.
And what is your name?
Steve Colegio.
Hi, Steve.
We're from Macomb, Michigan, in St. Peter's, and we're here to sing a few songs and spread the word of God. And our first song is called Hello, My Name Is.
That one right there.
This is for me,
That's for you.
from my son.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, because I love flamingos.
Really?
Yep.
Everybody notice a flamingo on it. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. McDonald or the Miss McDonald?
So bear with
Miss.
us while we get everything set up.
Mrs. Okay. She is our official bagpipe lady. Look at this equipment she has. And I'm telling you, from last year, it makes a lot of noise. I've been told I'm pretty windy, but I don't think I have I don't think I can handle it. Okay. Now you're going to do what?
Amazing Grace.
Okay, and you're going to lead the people around in the march.
Around the luminaria.
Okay. We can't hardly wait. We're waiting for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
All righty. Thank you for being out here tonight.
My pleasure.